You feel that? That's the heat of the hottest free agents this summer because free agency is right around the corner. Welcome back to the Welcome back to the Bobcast. I'm here with my dogs, Bobby, DJ, and Ant. Take it away.
What? Interruption. It is the 90th anniversary of the interruption. And yes.
90th?
Is
What? 90th?
He said anniversary of interruption.
Oh, this is the 90th?
Yeah, because we started these in season 2, I think.
Damn.
But anyways.
We had interruptions when I was
It just wasn't called interruption.
full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't called interruption. But
When I was a full-time Bobcast member.
But what you got, Ant?
Yeah, for today, Subway's releasing foot-long hot dogs. The Bobcast will be trying those as soon as it comes out to our
No. I'm not trying it with
First
you.
bite. I'm last
Nope.
bite, by the way.
Yeah,
Nope.
'cause Bobby's not trying it with Ant. He's not gonna let Ant get him.
Nuh-uh.
Yo.
I did not know about that. My insider that I have working at Subway didn't let me know that this was a thing.
I know.
I didn't know you had an insider.
My insider too,
I
bro.
do. I have a Subway insider, bro.
My,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have outsiders. I mean,
Oh, man.
anyways.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Ugh, I'm
But
itchy,
yeah,
I'm itchy.
today we are talking about NBA free agency. We're just gonna go ahead and get started talking about the biggest free agent this year, LeBron. It's really only two teams for LeBron. He's either going back to the Lakers or going to the Warriors.
Please.
If the Warriors go and trade for Anthony Davis, LeBron
No.
apparently said he would sign there. And the trade with Anthony Davis would, I guess, be just like Jimmy Butler for the matching contract because Jimmy Butler's not playing this year. And then maybe throwing like a Will Richard or a young type of player in there so the Wizards can get someone they can play out of this deal. They would not throw pods in that deal.
I don't want pods out
because
there.
Draymond even declined his option to get the money to like bring in like a LeBron and Anthony Davis. So Draymond's being a team player. He would also change his number in a heartbeat for LeBron. He would 23.
The glaze. The glaze.
In a
I'll
heartbeat.
change my skin color for LeBron.
He would.
Is that crazy?
What number? Did Draymond wear a different number in college?
No, he wore 23 in college.
23 at
Yeah.
Michigan State.
My king, I will change my number for you.
LeBron's probably gonna wear number 6.
He can't.
I
Why
mean,
not?
Well, he can because he's LeBron, but because of
Yeah.
Bill Russell.
they'll probably grandfather. They let him wear it when they first initially retired it.
Yeah. Jalen Williams still wearing it, but that's because he hasn't like changed teams or anything.
My boy Jay Will. The
Jay
last
Will.
remaining 6.
But yeah, let's get into let's talk about some of these restricted free agents.
Yeah. First we got.
Yeah. Start with the
Oh,
biggest
I
one.
forgot.
Peyton Watson.
Oh my.
The Nuggets are trying to do everything they can to keep Peyton Watson. What I'm assuming is going to happen is because Christian Brown's on such a bad contract, they're going to have to attach that 2033 first round pick just to have a team take his contract because he's making almost 25 million as a role player that Jokic got paid. So they're going to have to trade him. They're going to have to trade Cam Johnson just to bring back Peyton Watson, and I think they will. But there's definitely going to be some offers out there for Peyton.
What'd you say about Christian Brown? Like a couple hours ago, DJ?
Oh, he's a Hornet. He's such a Hornet.
Oh.
We're gonna use that trade exception that we got from the LaMelo trade. We're gonna take in that 2033 pick, and we're just gonna accept Christian Brown. And then
I thought you were talking about
or he's
my
a Clipper.
team.
No, Cam Johnson's gonna be a Clipper, and you're gonna like it. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna like that whatsoever.
Hayden Watson is a Thunder.
Y'all
Peyton
don't have
Watson is
y'all don't
not-
have no money.
not-
We'll give him Lou Dort.
Y'all
Lou Dort
y'all gonna have to
came
give up Chet or
back.
J-Dub. for the money Peyton Watson wants.
I would trade Chet for Peyton
You
Watson.
would?
And I'll stand on that.
You would?
I would 1,000% trade Chet for Peyton Watson.
You heard it here first.
If it happens, it was
they
said
attach-
on the Bobcast.
If they attach something, if I'm not straight, I'm straight up no.
Straight up, no.
But I prefer to have.
Hey, the only draft
Because
pick they
think
can
about
give
it,
y'all is 2033.
we just got a Day Mara, and we're bringing back Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah. Hey,
Bruh.
makes Chet expendable. Hey,
What did I
yeah.
say? I've been saying for the longest time. I think Bobby's probably asked me this maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He was like, "Who do you guys think you would trade first, Chet or J-Dub?" And I always said, Chet might end up being better, but
Chet's
Chet
the
is
one
not
that
part
gets
of this
traded
the
first.
heart and soul of the Thunder
Yeah.
like J-Dub is.
Chet gets traded
Chet
first.
never
Not at all.
did this and made the entire arena start barking. I've never seen Chet do that.
Yeah.
Should I bark? I'm just kidding. Let me not do that.
Bark for me.
Wow.
Let's move on
Wow.
to
Let-
Jalen Duren.
Let's move on
Right?
to Jalen Duren, who we just uploaded a video about yesterday. At the
Yeah.
time that this video is being uploaded. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
It was reported that Jalen Duren's gonna meet or call with multiple teams to try and initiate signing trades away from the Pistons because he wants money. The two teams that have been reported so far are the Lakers and the Kings.
Yeah, because we don't know what'll happen.
Yeah,
When-
but it looks like he's heading to the West, which Bobby's happy about.
Shut up, man.
He only gets to
You know
fight
how-
Musa Diabate twice a year now.
Man, he should fight him every single year.
What?
Every
that
single
should just
day
be
of
a
the year.
national game.
A
Musa
national
Diabate
day.
versus Jalen Duren. Duren versus
That should
Diabate.
happen. That should happen once every 2 months.
Yeah. I there's a word where he leaves, and I think out of all the restricted guys, he's probably the one that leaves the most.
Yeah.
Like the other guys we're gonna talk about, I think they should stay, but I think if one's leaving, it's Duren because he wants the money. Especially choosing Sacramento. That just shows you want money. See, now
Yuck.
if the Lakers were the first team reported, then I'll be like, okay, he wants to win, plus he's gonna get some money. But Sacramento being the first team that he's actually gonna meet physically, in person with,
Yuck. We hate that. We hate the Sacramento Spurs.
Paraguay eliminates Germany. As next, we are going
Really?
to talk about Walker Kessler, who in this picture looks so much like Grayson Allen. I don't like it. But yeah, that it also just got reported that Walker Kessler is going to meet with teams as well. So
In LA.
yeah, in LA, obviously
He's
a
not
lot
a
of the
Clipper.
guys are going to meet with the Lakers, especially big men. Who wouldn't want to go play with LeBron?
Luka. Or
Or
LeBron.
Why the Lakers needed a center for like the past 7 years.
It's been a
years.
joke. It's been a joke, and if they can
They still
solve it
need us
with
now.
Duren or Walker Kessler, especially with Luka as your point guard, your life is so easy. Just rebound and catch lobs, bro. That's all you have to do.
He made Daniel Gafford like an 84 overall in 2K just because he played with Luka.
He really did. We got a step
Ow.
pops eruption.
Oh, Lord.
He literally threw up the peace sign. I don't think Ant realized.
No, I didn't realize.
Yeah, we got
I'm
a
in the
step-
making of this video's.
Yeah, we got a step
thing.
pops eruption. But yeah, no, Walker Kessler and Jalen Duren, I think both of them are gonna meet with the Lakers and have serious offers from them.
Sign both. Trade eight.
Sign both?
Sign both, bro. They might have to.
Sign both? Yo.
Yeah.
If you're getting off of LeBron, sign both.
As let's
Might
get
as
into
well.
our next 3 restricted free agents. We're sorry about the third one. We couldn't find anyone else. We had Usman Jang up there, but we'll just
Welcome
start with
back to the
Tari
show.
Eason. We'll just start with
Trust,
Tari
things
Eason.
have happened over
Things
the
have
last
happened
couple
since we
hours.
started making these. Yeah, Tari
15 save
Eason,
runs.
obviously good defenders, 3-point shot improved this past year.
Definitely.
If we still had LaMelo, this was definitely the guy that I wanted for us. Tari Eason was definitely like that guy that I wanted as our power forward spot because he provides some physicality, defense, things that Miles Bridges doesn't provide or didn't provide. But yeah, I think Tari Eason's gonna stay. I don't know how the money's gonna work with obviously Alperen Şengün's big contract, Jabari, KD, Fred VanVleet just opted into his contract. Amin Thompson's gonna have to get paid soon, so I don't know how it's gonna work, but I think teams like this always make a way to get their own guys back. Whether it's, just bringing them back on like a 3-year deal, but then you trade them after this year just to get assets back. It's going to be something like that.
Ooh.
So on the topic of Tari Eason, a big issue I'm having right now with the Thunder is that we're trading players who I imagined, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. I thought Lou Dort. I thought Isaiah wasn't going to be here anymore. We're not getting anything back, but I think that means we're just going to go off in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea I have is like you got guys like Tari Eason, who is not an Aaron Wiggins replacement, but a very Aaron Wiggins-esque player. And DJ found something funny apparently, and he's trying to hold it in. I didn't know Tari Eason was that funny.
Something must have just happened.
Let me finish my Tari Eason segment, and then you can drop the news.
I'm screenshotting that, by the way.
Yeah.
Bruh.
All right, let me
Bruh.
finish my Tari
No,
Eason and
that's
Aaron
so-
Wiggins segment. Anyways, Aaron Wiggins brought like an undersized power forward kind of style, which I always could appreciate. Tari Eason is what, like six? He's probably what, 6'8"? I don't know. Is he like 6'8"?
He's on the taller side. I assume he's
He's
like
not a-
6.
Tari is 6'7".
6'7".
So a guy who is able to stretch the floor like Tari Eason can, who is a multi-versatile defender, just like how Aaron Wiggins was. I think that'd be a nice pickup. OKC is always going to look for an athletic, and we've always had an athletic, shorter power forward on our team. So we got to keep the tradition going. So
Huh.
What are you laughing at, dude?
Ochai Agbaji, who was supposed to be our third guy, is now an unrestricted free agent because they did not give him the qualifying offer. Yeah, it's like
This
he
is
was
why, like-
he was that other restricted free agent that I said sorry for, because like we had Ousmane Dieng up there, but he resigned, and now I just see that Ochai got his qualifying offer declined. So
I like how Bobby's mic is ass, so it sounds like he's like 2 rooms away.
Bruh, it's because I'm far away.
what in the world? He just glitched back.
I'll play you with sad song.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Bobby, talk about this next guy. That's a restricted free agent.
Well, hopefully, we didn't.
Who's probably
tender
coming
for him.
back now that you guys.
He's
paid
most
some
likely
money.
coming back. But Benedict Mathurin for my LA Clippers, he's most likely going to come back now that we declined both Nicholas Batum and Bogdan Bogdanovic's contracts. They were on team options, so it frees up about $21 million in our cap, and he'll most likely come back. If he were to leave, I could see him going to a team where he'll most likely start.
Hornet.
He could be a freaking Hornet
Who
for
knows?
all he wanted to be.
They got
But
so much money. I don't know who they want to pay.
exactly. I could probably see him going back to the East, maybe.
King.
King?
If they didn't draft
Would you say
A-Cup,
King?
if they didn't
Yeah.
draft A-Cup, I was gonna say King. Like if they got Michael, I would then like Benedict next to him. But Benedict and A-Cup, no.
No. Defensive, honestly.
Defensively and
Benedict's
offensively,
okay.
no. Like both of them need the ball. in their
Benedict's
hands.
okay. But Benedict, tunnel vision. I do like the guy though. But yeah, it's looking like he'll most likely stay with the Clippers, so I don't really have much. If he does leave, will I be surprised? No. But we will see what happens there for Benedict Mathurin. And
Yeah.
I don't even want to.
So
I don't even wanna talk-
I don't even know who's supposed to be right here anymore. It's Ochai Agbaji. I guess we just talk about Ochai then. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be there. You know, Ochai can be a nice 3-point sniper. That's
I've always
he's
liked
the type
him.
of pickup for the Thunder now.
Thunder.
Ochai,
That's a Thunder pickup.
That is a Thunder pickup.
I was just gonna say that because
a
I was
nice
gonna see that in my
shooter,
head.
a nice defender. He's physical. Like yeah, that's the Thunder type.
we
of
needed
player.
another light skinned pretty boy on our team too. So I'm glad that we're.
That's all I'm gonna say about
It's
Ochai.
dark.
He's a Thunder, or like if you.
Well, he's not light skinned. He's like.
He's like
middle.
Brown.
It depends on how much money
Yeah.
he can command. Like if
I don't think we need to pay him that much.
No, I mean like some team might give him like $7 million. Like Kevin Herter just got $9 million a year.
Well, Kevin Herter is better than
Kevin Herter, he was unplayable in the playoffs,
He was.
and you gave him $9 million. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah. I was gonna say. I think I'm thinking with nostalgia brain.
yeah. So we'll see what happens
But
to
yeah, I
Ochai.
like that pickup, especially losing Isaiah Joe.
Mm-hmm. That he would
That'd be a
he
perfect
would literally
pickup.
just slide right into Isaiah Joe's role. And if you didn't see that, the Pistons are likely to waive Duncan Robinson now. Now that they got Isaiah Joe
Crazy.
and resign
Crazy.
Kevin Herter. Basically, two guys that are just taking up Duncan Robinson's role.
Yuck.
Because you don't need
Clipper.
three.
Isaiah Joe can do more than just shoot.
Yeah,
He can.
he can, but Duncan Robinson, I think they got to cut him literally by tomorrow if they don't want to pay him his guaranteed money. He's probably and it's been said that he's most likely going back to the Heat if he gets cut. So.
Oh, okay.
He would take him
Good
back
for
in
him.
a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Hell
would.
yeah.
A
They
shooter,
loved him.
a shooter next to Giannis. Yeah, now we're gonna get into.
Abaji.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Abaji is one of those guys like Isaiah Joe, where on the market, there's not a team that wouldn't want him because every team can use a guy who's a decent. Because I think Abaji is a good defender, no?
Agbaji is.
He's really good. He's pretty
So
good.
a 3-and-D wing, any team in the universe would take that. So I think his
Literally.
value could be decently high because he's
He
also
could be
pretty
one of those
efficient, too.
guys that like gets like a very nice contract and it's like out of nowhere. Like it's the type of contract that people are like why did he get that much? But
Especially if you're gonna give him more money, he's gonna have more of an increased role. So he's gonna stand out a bit more. Like you put him on the Lakers or something,
mm-hmm.
then people are gonna or he's gonna become garbage. If you go to the Lakers, you either become garbage or you
become an all-star.
You stand out.
You become garbage. Yo.
Like Kendrick Nunn, bro. I'll forever talk about how high I was on Kendrick Nunn. Rookie of the Year candidate, averaging like 19 points. Went to the Lakers and now he plays in Israel. So
He's a dog there, though. So.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's get into our free agents that were assigned to us that we gave landing spots and stuff. The order is gonna go me, Anthony, Bobby, Blaec. I think we all have 5
As
free
always.
agents each, right? I think it's 5. Yeah.
So that equals out to 20.
Yeah. So I'll just get it started off with my first guy, and that is Rui Hachimura, currently on the Lakers. So when I gave Rui his teams, the Hornets was one of the first teams I put for him. That was when we obviously had LaMelo still, because I feel like Rui would fit that 4-man spot for us. Obviously, he has a little more size than Miles Bridges. Miles is more physical, but Rui also provides more offensive upside than Miles as well in shooting wise and even just getting to the rim. But the other 2 teams that I really like for him this first team I really think he's going to is the San Antonio Spurs. I think there's a world where he goes there and either takes like that, 6-man of the year type of role from Keldon Johnson, or he can even start for all we know. They need some size, some shooting, some physicality. Obviously, they just paid Julian Champagne, but I don't think that should stop you from going for someone like Rui if you can get him. I also have the Detroit Pistons, who could be a cheaper, more reliable Tobias Harris option, potentially, like replacement for Tobias Harris. And he adds, obviously, the 3-point shooting help, next decade. Doesn't provide the secondary scoring that we've been saying the Pistons need, but he provides just more of a better role player that, and like I said, younger and cheaper, Tobias Harris. And then, like I said, the Hornets, he would have fit, I feel like, at our 4-man spot with LaMelo, Khan, Brandon, and Musa. But obviously, things have changed. But, we have money. We could be one of those teams like where we do what the Wizards done like the past couple years where they'll sign like these guys, like when they signed Valanciunas just to trade him at the deadline. Like, we could be like a team like that, like trying to do that. So that's where I have Rui going.
All right, and then for my players, starting off first, I have John Collins. He's a forward from the Clippers. 3 teams I have him going to is the Spurs, 76ers, and the Hornets. The Spurs, I think his size and physicality could be used well with Wemby, and he could also help spread the floor and help in with scoring. For the 76ers, I said would be a nice upgrade to Dominic Barlow, and would be a nice piece to put with Joel Embiid. And then for the Hornets, even though they did sign Nas Reed, I was talking to DJ. he could still be that like 6 man of the year. So like they could
Who knows
sign
what they
him and
what they want to do?
yeah. So they could really sign Collins and pick him up for like his just size and physicality and also like his ability to just be a little scorer at times. So yeah.
I like that. I like that 76ers pick.
That's like a perfect
It's
fit for him.
perfect. Perfect fit.
Just add some physicality. He can even run some backup center when Embiid's off. Yeah, I
He's
like
played
that a
small ball
lot.
center before.
He,
No,
he
with
has.
the Hawks.
Yeah.
So I can see him doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
John Collins has been underrated for a little bit now.
I've always wanted John Collins too.
I feel like he's been underrated ever since he came into the league.
Hey, don't. Besides the tweet that the Hawks
MVP.
posted, future
And
MVP.
future
Oh my goodness!
Bro,
What a
post.
I
tweet.
remember when I sent that, bro. I was like,
But go ahead, Bobby.
All right, for my first guy, for my first guy, I have Norman Powell. The three teams I gave him were the Detroit Pistons, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets. With the Detroit Pistons, they do, now that Jalen Duren is possibly on the move, it'll give them a little bit more cap space to be able to sign him, and it'll also give them a secondary scorer along Cade Cunningham and taking off the offensive pressure off him. And for the Spurs, they do have their cap flexibility. I know De'Aaron Fox is like a logjam contract wise, but they still have a lot of younger guys that are on cheaper contracts, so they could possibly bring him in, and it'll be another ball handler next to De'Aaron Fox or Stephon Castle or Dylan Harper, whoever starts, and he could start or come off the bench. He's shown that he could do both, and he could score at will whenever he's starting or coming off the bench and things of that nature. And for the Rockets, another offensive power off the bench or scoring. It could address their lack of self-created offense because Kevin Durant's basically it's between either Alperen Sengun or Kevin Durant who creates the offense. But he could add a little bit of playmaking. He doesn't do it too much, but he could create off the dribble, drive, all that type of stuff. He was with the Clippers, so I remember a lot of the things he did for us, and hopefully they could get off, or try at least, get off Dorian Finney-Smith's contract, so it'll allow them to get a guy like Norman Powell, and he could be a strong offensive fit if they get off that contract. So those were my three teams for Norman Powell.
I like what you said, the Rockets.
I like the
mainly
Rockets pick.
because
Yeah, because
you have guys like they have too many people. Because they have a deep-ish roster, but they don't have like, it's kind of like how the OKC was, where it's like a lot of guys who are good, but they can't have the ball in their hand. So I think a team like the Rockets would definitely like Norman.
yeah, and they were like middle of the pack when it came off like the 3-pointers, or I think I'll adjust that later. But yeah, they were also like in the middle, so that'll help them get more threes off because they didn't really make a lot of threes percentage wise throughout the season. But yeah, I think the Rockets would be a great fit out of all those three. I know the other teams are, especially with Detroit, is kind of up in the air now that Duren is, possibly leaving. So yeah.
My first guy I had was Colin Sexton. I had 4 teams for him
Yes, you do.
rather than 3, but now that a team got LaMelo Ball, probably wouldn't have him.
Does he want to back up LaMelo again? Nah.
Yeah.
After they paid Io too. I don't know about that though. But
No, I don't think so. But I had the Magic, the Kings, and the Heat. My case with the Magic is I think you've heard this a million times, but they're one guy away from being one guy away. And I think like the Magic is just such a weird spot because they have thugs and they have Jace Richardson's is a guard, correct?
yeah,
And Jamal Cain's a guard as well, or a wing?
he's like a wing.
He's a wing.
Because I think I don't know. I think I might change my mind about this one because Colin Sexton and Jalen Suggs, not that they play the same, but they have a similar drive. And I think you already have a guy like Jalen Suggs. I don't know how much you'd want an undersized guard in a and Colin Sexton. But on the flip side of that, you have a tall team. Like your 3 through 5 is all like 6'10" or taller.
It's crazy.
So I see a world where like who's their shooting guard? Like
That's Bane.
It's Desmond.
Bane.
Desmond Bane.
So you get a guy like Colin Sexton off the bench alongside some of these younger dudes because I think Colin Sexton's 28,
Yeah.
29-ish.
29. He brings. I don't want to. It's weird that I'm about to say this sentence, but the veteranship of Colin Sexton, which is so crazy to say because
I feel it. Yeah, he's a vet.
Only 27?
which is
What?
Oh,
wait,
wow.
wait, what? And he got drafted
And
when?
he just turned
2018?
27 this year.
Wow.
oh wow. Disregard that then, but he still has. He's been
still-
in
he's
a
a-
lot of
he
different
could be a
places.
leader, yes. He's
Yeah.
been he's been on tanking teams, but like, he's
But I think the
still-
other two teams I have, which is with the Kings and the Heat, probably would be better. The Heat are absolutely for looking for anything that they could take, and I think Colin Sexton fits in the Heat culture more than a lot of other players would. So you give him a coach like Rob, and it's like, or not, sorry, Rob, Eric Spoelstra. You give him a coach like Eric Spoelstra, and you got Giannis there, you got Bam. I think he slides in there fine. Whether you pushed out Davion Mitchell to the bench or you have a spark plug like Colin Sexton off the bench, I think that'd be good. And then the Kings as well. Him being 27 years old, and then you possibly get Duran, you have Maxine, you have Acuff, you have these young pieces, and you can have Russell Westbrook possibly. That conflict that I had earlier about whether Russell Westbrook should leave and try to ring chase or stay there and help develop, I think you can kind of let Russ do what he wants to do because you got Colin Sexton coming in to kind of play more of an off the bench point guard rather than you have Russell Westbrook being your starting point guard in 2026. So I think Russ will thrive no matter where he goes if he's off the bench. So I think that you're fine moving on from him. You waive DeMar DeRozan and then you just take in a guy like Colin Sexton. So
I like
that's
that.
me.
Yeah, no, because they have Anthony Black and Jalen Suggs, but I think with their payroll, they have to move off of at least Jalen Suggs this offseason because
I
Desmond
agree.
Bane's almost making a max. Obviously, Paolo and Franz are getting the max, so like, and then you're gonna have to pay Anthony Black next year. So I think Suggs is gonna be gone, and they could use like a microwave scorer
Clipper.
off the bench
You said a Clipper?
Jalen Suggs, Clipper.
as my next
Hornet.
guy is Robert Williams, the center from the Portland Trailblazers. His first year there, he didn't play much because of his injuries, Robert Williams and his injury concerns. And then he started playing a lot more. They started expanding him as like a stretch big as well. I've seen him. He had a lot more corner threes this year than he has. And the teams I have for him are the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. For the Lakers, obviously, the Lakers are going to be in the market for almost every big man. Robert Williams is a nice lob threat. He can rebound, especially offensive rebound. So he could go to a team like the Lakers that do take a lot of threes. So it could just be like a, shoot a three. If he grabs a rebound, he can either put it back up, kick it back out to an open guy for three. And then for the Clippers, I made this before they obviously picked up Brook Lopez's option. But for those that don't know, their rookie from last year, Yannick Niederhauser, had a Liz Frank injury, and those are scary, especially for big men, because you're a lot taller, so it's a lot more stress on your body. But even with Brook Lopez being there, I know he probably doesn't want to, come off the bench again. But there's a world where the Clippers go out and go for Rob Williams being a lob threat for Darius Garland, something that Brook Lopez isn't that much. Like he'll catch the occasional lob. But Robert Williams will be like your everyday lob threat. And then for the Warriors, also another team that's always in conversation for a big man. Because of Porzingis' health, even though they re-signed him, you can never rely on him to fully be healthy or, not sick. And again, he'll just be a nice lob threat. I know it doesn't help with another injury-prone center going to the Warriors, but they're going to be in the market for another big man because Al Horford and Porzingis being your only other two big men besides Quinn and Post, who I don't know if you can play in a playoff setting.
Yuck.
Big man that the Warriors get.
All right, and that leads to me. My next guy is Mitchell Robinson. He is a big from the Knicks. The three teams I have him going to is the Lakers, Pelicans, and the Nets. The Lakers, as DJ has said before, as DJ has said before, the Lakers. Oh, it's been an ongoing joke, but the Lakers have been needing a big. So yeah, he'll be a nice piece I think for us. Just to go out there and help with defense and rebounding. He can also be a lob threat with Luca and Reeves. And then for the Pelicans, I was asking DJ on like other teams that he could possibly go to, and he said he could possibly go home. So that's why I have the Pelicans going there. I think he can go home and start as their starting big. And then lastly for the Nets, with them trading away Nick Claxton, the Nets need a big, and I think he would fit there nicely. Be useful with the rim protection and also rebounding.
Yeah, because Looney's gone now. Mm-mm. Well, for me, my next guy, I have DeAnthony Melton. The three teams I gave him, as you see on your screen, is the Dallas Mavericks, Toronto Raptors, and the Boston Celtics. For the Mavericks, I feel like, with Kyrie still being up in the air when it comes to his ACL, he'll be like a filler guard for them, just coming off the bench, being that vet guard. Um, he did shoot below 30% from three, but his defensive ability will still help because I don't think they have they don't really have any good guards after Kyrie, honestly. I know they have AJ Johnson still there, right? They still have him there. He's not good, and I know they have Ryan Nemhard, but whatever. For the Raptors, I think another depth guy. He'll add a lot more perimeter defense to the guys that really don't have that ability. I know Quickly's back there. Doesn't really play defense like that. Jamal Shed, he's a pretty good defender, I'd say. He plays defense.
That's his aspect.
But yeah, he'll be more of a defensive-minded guard rather than trying to, score a lot. And then the Celtics, I feel like that fits perfectly with how they like to play. I know they have Derek White, who fits perfectly when it comes to being that 3-and-D kind of wing or guard. He'll probably won't be expensive either. And yeah, whenever he's healthy, he plays really solid as well, being that two-way 3-and-D kind of guard / wing, but he mostly plays guard. So I feel like Boston would probably be a really good spot for him to go, as it fits their system and how Joe Mazzulla likes to coach that team. And he's still fairly young. I think he's 28, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, those are my three teams for DeAnthony Melton. My leg.
I apologize for my sounds I was making. I thought I was muted. I don't know if you guys heard.
I was like,
But I saw you guys doing this, and I was like, wait, are they pointing? Are they talking to each other? Are they talking to me?
No, I'm talking to you.
I saw my little green outline on my mic, and I was like, oh shoot, I thought I was muted. But my guy is Tobias Harris, and Tobias Harris is a super. I think he's a pretty high value free agent. I think he's one of those guys that can. He's a valuable power forward, I think. So the three. I have four teams again, but I honestly might just stick to three again. Which was the Nuggets, the Mavericks, the Pacers, and the Warriors. I think I probably cut the Pacers out of there. I think that they got, with Halliburton coming back, I think that they got what they need already on that team. But I think number one team I might have is Denver. You're losing a guy like, or you're probably losing a guy like Cam Johnson and Christian Brown. I think him being on a 2-year, $26 million deal, Tobias Harris is famously known for being overpaid. I think this is a perfect contract for Tobias Harris. I think this fits in, for it only being 2 years as well. I don't think you mind $13 million for this championship window that the Nuggets have. He's, however old he is, he's a veteran. You put him next to Jokic, and Jokic likes, you still got Aaron Gordon on this team. Honestly, you probably could flip either one for small forward, power forward. I think you probably preferred Tobias as a 3. Or you might push him off the bench. You got a guy like Peyton Watson already. I don't know. You can move. Oh, okay. You can do what you want to do with the rotations there, but I think Tobias Harris is probably valuable for the Nuggets. And then the Mavericks, Mavericks are, like Bobby said, they're a confusing team with Kyrie's health and what direction they want to go, whether they want to stay going young or they want to stay, that they want to try to go out there and be a good team. You get this new rookie who they just came in, who they just picked up. I forgot his name already because I honestly wasn't expecting them to go that high. But you got wings like young wings like him and Coop. You get a guy to Tobias Harris. You got a guy like Tobias Harris who can come in and just be a veteran for those guys. And then another team, like Bobby said, is the Warriors, where you don't want your only guys above 6'8" being Al Horford and Porzingis.
Me.
Did you say that? Whoever said that? Someone said that.
That was yeah.
Oh, somebody said that about. I think the Warriors. You're not mad at that, as that guy being your veteran, or one of your veterans, even though they already got an old ass team.
They do have an old ass team, man, and they're gonna get much older.
Oh yeah, they are. They get the oldest guy in the league. They're probably pretty old.
They're just getting older and older, dog. It's just crazy.
Like, what are we doing?
Is that it, Blake?
See.
All right.
Well, I have a
next.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there a possibility that the Lakers could get AD back or no?
I don't think he wants to go back.
I don't think he wants to go back.
But
Yeah,
yes,
I think it'd be more of a. There's a world for it for sure.
He might
But
actually welcome
I think-
a trade back, to be honest.
If they keep LeBron, I think that'd be the only way.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Mhm.
I don't see how that works. I
They
don't think
keep
AD would
LeBron,
ever go back to the
yes.
Lakers if LeBron wasn't
If
there.
LeBron's not there,
Yeah.
no. He's not about to pair up with the guy that he could trade it for.
Yuck.
Yeah. But all right, my next guy is Anthony Simons, currently on the Chicago Bulls. Started last year on the Celtics, was over there from the Drew trade. But my first team I have is the Brooklyn Nets. As I'm gonna keep saying that they don't own their first round pick this upcoming year. They need to just go. They also have the most money in the league, so they need to just go and go get guys that can either score off the bench, start for them. Like we talked about the Julius Randle trade a while ago. I kind of like that trade for them. If Anthony goes there, he would just be like a nice little microwave scorer off the bench for them. A guy that can help them win a few games on the line. Just don't ask him to play defense. And then I also have the Warriors. I feel like he is the perfect fit for the Warriors off the bench. This is before, or if this LeBron and AD stuff doesn't happen, but I think he would be the perfect guy. The occasional starts when Curry's hurt and stuff. You can play him and Curry next to each other at the same time for spot minutes, not during like full-on stretches, but I would like that fit with the Warriors. The Raptors, they do need a point guard, but they can also use some shooting, as that was one of their things that they were missing. And yeah, like obviously, like I said, he's not a point guard, but he will provide some scoring off the bench, something that I guess Grady Dick can't do now because it looks like he's getting moved. And then I have the Heat. The Heat are gonna need to add shooting around Giannis and Bam. Again, won't bring any defense, so that's the only thing that doesn't fit the Heat. But yeah, I have Anthony going to the Brooklyn Nets, the Golden State Warriors, Toronto Raptors, or the Miami Heat.
Oh, you're the one that did 4?
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Anything I would do.
Why'd you pronounce Dick so hard, bro? Like,
didn't
I probably
pronounce
wasn't on
Dick.
purpose. It probably wasn't on purpose.
The only reason why I shook my head is because he said he was on the move, and I know where he's going if he's on the move.
Where's he
Clipper.
going? Oh my, he's
Clippers,
going in the
dude.
Kawhi trade.
Yes, yes.
Oh my,
That's
yeah.
why I shook my
He is a
head.
Clipper. Yeah, he is. All right,
Like-
man, go ahead with this next guy who we just added to Ant's list before recording, by the way.
Because my other guy wanted to, retain and stay back.
Retain.
Who was his former team before?
The Hawks.
The Hawks.
All right, so yeah, my third guy, third guy is Jonathan Kuminga from the Hawks. He's a forward. The three teams I have going to is the 76ers, the Lakers, and the Bulls. For the 76ers, he gives Philly a starting caliber forward with size and defense, and a strong pressure around the rim. Oh my gosh. He can also guard multiple positions from the wing to forgot what I wrote down.
Itchy.
But yeah, he can bring a lot of defense amongst multiple positions. So I think he can really help out Philly there. For the Lakers, he gives us a physical, versatile defender who can slash and finish at the rim. And he'll be a nice lob threat for Luka and Austin Reeves. So we'd like to see that little combo right there. And then for the Bulls, I think it fits Chicago's rebuilding stage and would be a nice athletic forward duo with their draft pick and Caleb Wilson. And yeah.
And when did you get so like smooth with it, bro? Like, oh my gosh, bro, I'm sitting here really being entertained right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm watching as a fan, dude.
And got a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. My bad.
I'm Bobby.
Bro,
All right.
you have 4 teams here. Yes,
Yeah, I did the bare minimum. Y'all be doing 4 to 5.
Yeah, Bobby. You have 4 teams here.
I only did 4 because I thought you said 4.
You know why I did 4
I
here
know
though,
why,
right?
yeah.
You know why? Because
Wait,
this is a guy
wait.
I had to change because Kristaps Porzingis went back to the
Recently
Warriors
signed
on that
right before we
2-year, $4
record.
million. Yeah. So now I have Zaire Williams. Unfortunately, don't have anything written down for him, but I did see reports that the Lakers and Kings are looking to pursue him. I know he's a pretty decent defender. He was a former top 10 pick, so he's kind of trying to still find his footing even then. The way Blaec is looking right now is kind of crazy.
I don't like how you're sideways, bro.
My bad. Just give me a second.
It's just weird.
But yeah,
you're poking through this.
he's a he's a Southern Cali kid. So him might going back home to LA or in the LA area would be nice for him, But yeah, unfortunately I didn't have anything written down.
Last minute change.
But yeah, I know he's like 6'9", he's pretty lengthy. He's pretty good at defense. I know I saw one game he had like 6 steals this past season. So yeah, he has some really decent potential defensive upside. He averaged 10 points this past season as well for the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll see where he goes. I kind of see him being a Laker though.
Yep.
Dope. Okay. So my next guy is Tsunami Papi.
Tsunami Poppy.
I know who Tsunami Papi
I
is.
know who.
Kelly Oubre Jr. of the Philadelphia 76ers.
He gets Uber.
Ain't got man.
Of course
'cause
I get Oubre.
He called him handsome
Do you
like
want
4
your-
times yesterday.
Bro, he
Want
called him
Oubre, bro?
delectable.
Yeah, and he
Oh,
called
bro.
him that. Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's good.
Hey, I mean,
Hey, he
anyway.
is. But
I mean, whatever, man.
Bag, bro. I'm sorry, but
He's a
Anyways.
Chipotle bag. But Philly is gonna have to make a decision with their wings. I think Anthony had brought up John Collins, and he's brought up a couple. I think he's brought up somebody else for the 76ers.
I mean, good.
Where I think where you lose a guy like Kelly Oubre, you can pick up, you kind of have that sort of replacement. John Collins, I got 5 teams for him because living with Kelly Oubre, he's very plug and play. He
He's
plays
gonna
like
be
how he
wanted.
does on any team.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
wanted around the league.
I had the Lakers,
Yeah.
the Suns, the Hornets, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Rockets. I might scrap the Milwaukee Bucks because of their decision making since I've made this list.
I know.
Their decision making.
Decision-making.
Yeah.
But, I think I like the Lakers and the Suns. The Lakers are a very fast-paced team. Even when they have Luka, Luka's still he's a full court and he's a half court player. You give him an athletic ass wing like Kelly Oubre, where Kelly Oubre just flies around, gets rebounds, and he'll knock down some open jump shots, and he can put the ball down too if you need him to. Phoenix Suns picking up Miles Bridges. I think clearly they want to go in a direction of where they want to win. You do that by getting guys like Kelly Oubre who have been proven pieces on important teams and good teams. You get a guy like him off the bench who he's already shown that he could be an easy 14, 13 point per game player off the bench. So it was a good rebounder for his size too. Another guy another team. I mean, another thing is that like Kelly Oubre is an extremely good offensive rebounder for his frame as well, and he's proven that millions of times. Another team is the Hornets. The Hornets, I don't know how to feel as well because since I made this team, yeah. Since I made this list, they've also made decisions, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. But I think these other teams are going to get him before the Hornets are. I don't think he's high on the Hornets priority list.
I don't think he would.
And then the Rockets are another team where it's like they already have a bunch of wings, and if anything, they would need point guard play. But he's another guy that could put the ball down for them. And I think that wouldn't be terrible if nobody else. I think that'd be good for them.
Okay. All right, that brings up my next guy, Nikola Vucevic.
Ooh, I don't want booing him.
Boo! But the teams I have for Vucevic are the Lakers, the Nets, the Thunder, and the Warriors. For the Nets, obviously they traded away Nick Claxton. They could use some extra big man depth and just big man help. So I have Vucevic going there. They also have a ton of money. Who knows? They overpay him a little more than the Celtics would give him to return. With the Thunder, obviously they just picked up or they re-signed Hartenstein. But this one, I was just looking into it a little more when I was looking at Vucevic, and it said like the Thunder have shown interest in him, just as another veteran presence there in the locker room and a guy that will play spot minutes here and then. Because Vucevic stated that he wants to play in the NBA this upcoming year. He didn't specify what role he wants to play, but he did say he wants to be in the NBA. And for the Lakers, like I said, they are always in. They always need a big man. And Vucevic doesn't solve like any of the lob threat or rim protection needs, but he definitely just adds some big men help there for the Lakers. So they don't have to run Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton out there for playoff series. I don't know if Vucevic is even better, but at least it adds something. And then for the Warriors, just another one of those teams that could just use some big man help. There's not really a specific reason why I chose the Warriors. Just it's one of those where it's like we need some big man help. Vucevic is there. He provides some 3-point shooting, some rebounding. So let's just sign him.
All right. So that leads to me with my fourth guy, third guy.
Fourth guy.
Yeah. But yeah, my fourth guy is Quentin Grimes. He's a guard from the Philadelphia 76ers. The three. Whoa.
Trying to talk too fast.
I did 4 teams.
Hey, what happened there, buddy?
I did 4 teams. I didn't realize that.
I think some of us.
Okay, Sweat.
We only did 3 on the graphic. I will say that.
So what are the 3? So I don't over.
The 3 are. Just talk about all 4. Don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, they have 3 on the graphic, but I put 4 down here on the paper. On the paper, I have the Pacers, Warriors, Bucks, and the Pelicans. For the Pacers, for the Pacers, will be a nice 2-way guard to put with Tyrese Halliburton. Short and simple. For the Warriors, with them being in a win now mode, he could be a nice like lockdown guard. That could help with perimeter defense and help push the Warriors to get another championship. For the Bucks, I said could help improve their defense, also being a nice pairing with Tyler Hero. And then for the Pelicans, could also help with their defense as well, being a nice piece to be put with Jeremiah Fears.
He would. I would like him next to Jeremiah Fears.
I would too. I keep forgetting that Tyler Hero's on the Bucks, bro.
It's so weird.
Like I keep remembering that Giannis is on the Heat, but I keep forgetting that Tyler Hero's a Buck.
Yeah.
Yuck, Buck.
Yuck, Buck.
All right, go ahead, bye.
Anyways, my next guy is Luke Kennard. I will say he has expressed that he wants to stay with the Lakers, but if he leaves, I think he'll sign with the team that needs a pretty good amount of 3-point shooting. Like I said earlier, the Rockets were one of those teams that were in the middle of the pack when it came to 3-point percentage, so that would be a good team for him. The Trailblazers sucked. They were the bottom three. They were at the bottom three when it came to 3-point percentage and just making them. So I don't know if that changes now that Ja's on the team, but you know,
Robert goes down.
it probably I don't know. They probably still might need a 3-point shooter because Ja can't shoot threes. So, or Ja can occasionally. Why are we scoobing, bro? Anyways, yeah. Trailblazers be a nice little off the bench 3-point scorer. I know he's always came off the bench most of his career. So yeah, and then a reunion with the Pistons. His first team that he joined the league with. They need some perimeter shooting, and yeah, his contract. I feel like all three of these teams would be good fits. It's just dependent on how much they want to pay him and the amount length they will give him. So yeah, those three teams: the Rockets, the Trailblazers, and the Pistons.
I think he's staying with the Lakers. To be honest, he had such a good playoffs. I think they're gonna do anything to keep him there, especially when you need shooters around Luka. I don't think there's gonna be so many people that they're gonna want to sign. I think Luka Kennard, him wanting to be there, you absolutely have to capitalize on that. So,
hey,
yeah,
one of the only guys that went to the Lakers and did not forget how to shoot. By the way,
yes, Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent, like, hey, he was traded for Gabe Vincent, so
yuck.
Yuck.
But go ahead, Blake. What's your next guy?
My next guy, the future Oklahoma City Thunder of Jonathan Isaac. I want him so bad. I want him on my team so bad.
I want him so bad.
I want him so bad. Yo, chill.
I want him on my favorite NBA team very, very much. The 4 teams I had was the Thunder. Forget me saying the Grizzlies, the Cavs, and the Knicks. I think it doesn't get better than the Thunder, Cavs, and Knicks for teams that would want a guy like him. Knicks pretty much gonna if they lose Mitchell Robinson, Jonathan Isaac is a very similar guy who they can sub in to get a stop whenever it's a close game, and then so the same thing with like they had Mitchell Robinson whenever they needed to get a last second stop, you bring in Jonathan Isaac to play those last minutes of the quarters. So Cavaliers as well. I see a world where they don't have Jared Allen by the trade deadline. So you got a guy like Jonathan Isaac who's a lengthy defender, and that's pretty much all he can do. He's super long wingspan. He's super tall, so I think that's very versatile, and that's a lot of teams would want. And then my number 1 team, Oklahoma City Thunder. I think perfect, like that would slide in perfectly. You're losing a guy like Aaron Wiggins, and you lose a guy like Isaiah Joe who had that length off the bench. You bring in a proven defender. Possibly if we, people, I don't think we are, but in the very slight chance we lose Chet in the trade deadline, Jonathan Isaac is a very similar defensive player who can guard the perimeter, and you don't need him. He's allowed to shoot 4 shots in Game 7 of the playoffs. So,
All right, that'll bring up my next guy, or my last guy, is going to be Dean Wade, coming from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, I made this before the Hornets, wanted to, trade the Hornet, trade LaMelo and Miles. But for Dean Wade, the teams I have on the graphic, but I have a couple other teams that I'm going to talk about for him, are the Mavericks, the Hornets, and the Suns. I'll just start with the Suns. Obviously, his former coach, Jordan Ott, is now coaching the Suns. The Suns still kind of need some power forward help, even after they got Miles Bridges. There still could be another signing with Royce O'Neal being gone, so there is kind of a void there at power forward. And guys like to go play under their former assistant coaches, especially, and assistant coaches really like going to go get those guys that they coached before. So that's why I put the Suns. For the Hornets, if you look at the playoffs analytically, Dean Wade was one of the better defenders in the league during the playoffs, at least. So when I was looking at him, I was like, yeah, he would come in and be a nice 4-man that can also stretch the floors, which is what he did in Cleveland, basically. And then for the Mavericks, I put him there because they could use some extra depth at the power forward spot and their forward spots. Obviously, he, like I said, Dean Wade can be a nice defender. He can provide some 3-point shooting. He won't be a lights out 3-point shooter. But if I'm looking at other teams, another team we mentioned before was like the Sixers. That they're going to be in the market for any like power forward type of help. I feel like the Lakers are going to be up there after losing Rui. The Pistons should be up there if they lose Tobias. Like there's going to be a couple. Like there's going to be Dean Wade's going to have a bigger market than people expect. I feel like.
All right. Okay, so that leads to my fifth guy. I have. Hold on. Let me make sure I say his name correctly. I have a forward / center from the Toronto Raptors in Sandro Manukelishvili. And then the three teams.
Oh.
I'll give it to him.
I'll give
I'll
it
give it to him.
I'll give it
I'll give it to
Bro's
him.
been practicing.
I put little
He's been
celebrations in there too,
practicing.
bro.
He's been
Look, I
practicing,
put
y'all.
little celebrations if y'all.
But as soon as it's a guy that has like Desmond Bain, it's because he's European.
Yeah, it's 'cause
I'm
he's
telling you.
European.
I'm telling you.
But you American?
Alright.
Can't say your name, bro.
Kid Durant.
Sorry, KD.
Yo.
Sorry, KD, like
Why do they call you
saying
KD? Oh my god, my mic.
Kid Durant.
Comment
Sorry.
below. Tell Bobby get a new mic, y'all.
No, I like my mic.
Also, sorry for blacking out Pop's interruption. So, yeah. Anyways, back to this. For the top three teams I have him going to is the Nets, the Lakers, and the 76ers. For the Nets, he can provide the Nets with a very much size and depth on the floor. He can provide the Nets with size, depth, and floor spacing as well as ball movement. For the Lakers, well, like DJ said, we're always going to be in the market for big / forwards. So there goes that. I think it'll also be a nice big to be a part of the Lakers as well for our ball movement and floor spacing. And then the 76ers could use a backup big at forward for Joel Embiid.
I like that. See, like a lot of the 76ers ones you're saying are
A
really
lot
good.
of. Yeah,
Sorry.
we're going to get
Sorry.
a lot of 76ers guys on this.
Imagine we all get him right though.
Yeah, the Sixers aren't getting all the
Jonathan
guys we said,
Kuminga,
bro.
John Collins,
John
and
Collins, Dean Wade.
Dean Wade. Like, no.
Every
No.
single, bro.
Holy. All right, my next guy who's seen better days on his graphic, Chris Middleton. Right here on my notes, I said he's on the wrong side of 30 and has dealt with lingering injuries, but he contributed valuable minutes when he was with Dallas this last season. I could see him re-signing with Dallas as a means, not a means to an end, but like as a veteran leader in a relatively young locker room. If he does leave, I see him going to either Miami, which is most likely his next destination, the Celtics and the 76ers. Yes, the 76ers are back up here again, as they could use his championship experience. The Heat, especially since Giannis is there now, can create a potential reunion with those two. Let's go back to Milwaukee. Let's recreate Milwaukee. But no, I think he could stay with the Mavericks, but a move to Miami with Giannis being there wouldn't be surprising at all.
I think if Chris Middleton doesn't end up back in Miami, I might cry. Chris Middleton for the longest time has been one of the players that I like a lot. He's just like a super 2000s-esque player where he just has some mean mid-range bags, like a 6'7" forward. He's just just like a mold of a player that I like a lot, especially on that Heat team where they need a guy like that, and you get the reunion. So I concur with your thesis.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right, my next guy, which is a confusing. It was kind of hard to think for this one with CJ McCollum. The teams I had, Clippers, Spurs, and Magic.
Whoa! No.
I think
we didn't put CJ McCollum because he got re-signed. Is it just do Tim
Oh,
Hardaway?
he did get re-signed.
Dude,
Okay,
Tim
you're
Hardaway.
right, you're right. All right. Well, Tim Hardaway, another one that was interesting and fun to do. The four teams I had were the Cavs, Lakers, Nuggets, and the Pelicans. You're gonna see the Lakers on here 1,000 times. It's another catch and shoot 3-point sniper with championship experience, right? He won a ring on that Nuggets team?
Pretty sure he did.
No, that was KCP.
Maybe.
No,
That was KCP.
Yeah, it was KCP.
Well, he's been on proven playoff teams many a time. He's a sniper. You get him in that rotation with the Lakers, and I think they're a better team. Cavaliers, another guy where they need some wing depth. With them losing DeAndre Hunter is a super big thing ever since it happened. I think that you lose so much wing depth with them, and like I know it's been a thing, but like I like the Cavs core a lot until they just try to run it back too many times, and then they traded the wrong things. I think.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't not laugh at that one. That was so funny. Oh shit.
I'll send it to you.
Well,
I'll send
no,
it. I'll send it to Blaec.
I'll explain. We'll just do a interruption real quick. Basically, I just seen a tweet that remember when Ja did the grenade celebration for his 3?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said Denny seen that and begged the Blazers to get him. Bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Jeez, man.
Man, you gotta love the internet.
The internet, NBA Twitter is the funniest. But go ahead, Blaec.
Undefeated.
Anyways, Cavaliers, more bench wing depth and shooting. The Nuggets bring him back to Denver. I think that was probably some of his best years, alongside the Mavericks years. So I think it's another shooter around Jokic. And then Pelicans, depending on how their offseason goes and coming up to the trade deadline, what they decide to do, I think Tim Hardaway would be a good thing for what they're trying to do, in whatever direction they end up going. So.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up our 5 guys.
5 guys. Now we're going to get into guys for our favorite team.
6 guys.
Yeah, at least 6.
And why'd you lock in when they said 5 guys?
You guys are going to see 6 guys, but we're going to talk about up to like 10. The top 2 are going to be dream targets, so like the more unrealistic targets or just guys that you really want on your team, and the bottom 4 are just other guys. We're going to start with the Lakers.
The Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yes.
Lakers.
Yes.
LeBron James. LeBron James.
Oops. All right. For my 2 dream picks, I have Jalen Duren. He's a big from Pistons. I just like him. I think he'll be a nice little like lob threat for Luka and Austin Reeves. He can also provide rebounding and defense, and just that big guy that we need. So I would really like him. And then my other dream pick is Walker Kessler. I feel like he can be a nice little defensive anchor who can protect the paint, block shots, and control the boards. So those are my 2 dream picks. I hope we get at least one of them, but it's a dream pick for a reason.
And those other guys, you got any other guys?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know I was supposed to do the whole list.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
At least name them off.
Now going into my top 4 picks, realistically of who I want. John Collins. Start off with that. I think he could be able to give the Lakers a much needed front court size, depth, and additional scoring. He can also play at small ball center while providing lobs and finishes at the rim. He also brings in pick and roll opportunities for Luka and Austin Reeves. And then from the next guy, I put Kelly Oubre Jr. So like basically some of the guys I had, Blake was talking about. I just realized that.
We all talked about a lot of the guys in this video. Like I think I only have a couple new ones on my graphic that I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a new one on my graph.
I only have like one guy.
But I like Kelly Oubre.
No, I got a couple.
I like how he's versatile. I think he'll be a nice little spark plug coming off the bench, especially if we don't keep LeBron. I think he'll be a nice. Would that be crazy to put him as starting forward? Or would that not?
I don't think it'd be crazy. I think there's definitely a world where he's a starter.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I like him. I think we should pick him up, especially if we're not keeping LeBron. He could definitely like come in and probably be a little starter. Just help with rebounding and his defense too, using his length and physicality.
Like DJ just did.
What?
DJ used his length.
Nice little secondary score. Yeah, And then for the next guy, Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, he's another big. You know, we do need bigs, and I think Mitchell Robinson.
There's a trend.
Yeah, there's a trend. There's a trend in this. So, he's a strong paint protector who can immediately come in and improve the Lakers' interior defense. He also provides a offensive rebounding and athletic finishing, as well as a lob threat. Being a lob threat, sorry. Then my last guy, Blaec. I think just currently talked about him. Tim Hardaway Jr. He's a guard, forward.
He's a shooting guard.
Yeah, shooting guard.
Off ball.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think he can come in there and sub behind Austin Reeves because I think Austin Reeves is currently our starting shooting guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You flip him and Luka alone.
You can come in there and help with the scoring, being a little spark plug off the bench for Austin Reeves. He can also help come in and conduct smaller units, and be a. Ooh, what am I'm forgetting the word here. Dang, I forgot the word. X. Okay, I get it.
X variable.
I can continue.
X variable.
Bringing this back.
All right, Blake, you're up. I'm talking.
So for the Thunder, I had a couple dream guys. Sorry, let me pull them up. I have bad memory. Unrealistic, completely unrealistic. It'd be really dope if we could get him. Peyton Watson. There's probably not a world where we don't get him. Probably not a world where we do get him.
Yeah, I was like,
Nuggets are 1,000% jumping on that, but I think it'd be crazy. They're like, no, that'd be a crazy pickup for us. Another guy was Julian Champagny, but he re-signed. But it's another guy where I talk about an Aaron Wiggins replacement. That's like Aaron Wiggins on steroids. So, and then some of the more realistic ones, like I mentioned earlier, John Isaac perfectly fits into the athletic length of the Thunder. And I think he'd be another guy who's super, one of the more, back in his heyday, was probably one of, if not the more defensive, versatile people in the NBA. You can go out there and guard the opposing team's best wing and then switch onto a big or switch onto a guard. So another guy is Matisse Thybulle. Obviously, the shooting's not completely there, but if this was more thinking that we wouldn't have Lou Dort, but even alongside having Lou Dort on this team, I think Matisse Thybulle is another guy who just goes in and plays his heart out on defense every night. You don't need him to do much else because we have enough creation around him. Trenton Wofford. He's another, like, you're going to see this trend a lot with OKC, that they want athletic wings who play defense. You know, Trenton Wofford plays into that as well. You know, especially who's already played alongside an All NBA point guard and Tyrese. You give him Shea, which and there's not much. You know, he plays better alongside a guy like Shea. And then the last guy I had was kind of a out of left field was Jeremy Sohan. I think it's another guy who can put the ball down. He has the size to be an off-ball handler, while also being tall. And you know, we keep losing guys that can handle the ball off the bench and that are, you know, Jeremy Sohan's probably what, 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, 6'8".
And you know, I think there would definitely be upside to signing a guy like him for the low. So that's my guys.
all right. I like those guys. Yeah, no, you guys would be the type of team to take like a flyer on a Jeremy Sohan and he just, you know, lights it up.
Jeremy Sohan sounds like a baseball player.
He does.
Yeah. All right, Ba, go ahead.
All right. Well, for me, I'm also a part of this Peyton Watson trend. I think, yeah, he's one of the sought after free agents this year. The Clippers could pursue him with how they, you know, were able to get off contracts like Bogdan. I've been wanting him off my team. They are willing to offer him around $30 million a year, which is crazy. I don't think that should happen, but it could happen. He was doing really good before he got hurt, and then, you know, he didn't play a lot after that. I mean, he did, but he just kept on getting injured. He played well as a starter and raised his value, things of that nature. I think he'd be a really good addition on this young Clippers team. I know he's around 23 or 23, I think.
Who again? They're still talking about Peyton Watson?
Yeah, I'm still talking about Peyton Watson.
Okay.
Yeah, he's around 23. He's also a Cali kid, so he could come back to California, as like coming back home. But, Denver will most likely try to bring him back, albeit trying to get rid of Cam Johnson and Christian Brown as well. But I really like this pickup if the Clippers are able to get that off, especially with kind of getting rid of Kawhi if they are able to, which saw reports that he's most likely gone by the end of tonight. So we'll see what happens there. Why am I getting so many buzzes on my phone? That's why.
Why I got traded?
No, because DJ likes my instance. Another guy is Mitchell Robinson, as Ant said earlier. The Lakers need a center. But the Clippers would also need a center that could rebound, because that was our issue this past season. We could not rebound for our lives. There was times where we could, throughout the season. At the beginning of the season, we couldn't grab a defensive rebound. So there were many offensive rebounds going to the other team, and they get second chance points. He does both. He's great at doing both on offense and defense. He'd be a great lob threat next to Darius Garland. Wouldn't need the ball much in his hands. He doesn't really need to create offensively. He has way better rim protection, and he could block shots better than Brook Lopez, old ad, and Yannick Koner-Niederhauser, who is injured right now. So hopefully he'll get back to being healthy. He is going to draw a lot of interest for teams that need a center, especially at his caliber. And I'd like him, but it'll be very thin chance of us getting him. And then a couple other guys I put right here on my notes. The rest of these guys are guys we most likely sign to the smaller deals, depth pieces off the bench, guys who start occasionally. Colin Sexton, he's been touted as being really good defensively, can score, obviously. Keon Ellis, another guy who's been, a guy I've wanted for a couple years now. Good defensively. DeAnthony Melton, another two-way kind of guy. Quentin Grimes. He could score at will. Precious Achiuwa, he dominated us at one game. It was on ESPN, and DJ remembers. That's why he's laughing.
Because I bet on Precious.
Yeah, I should have put. If Dominic Barlow was a free agent, I would have had him here too. Gary Trent.
Really quick, what's interesting, and even you just right now saying Gary Trent, I feel like there's not, I don't know why I imagined Precious Achiuwa and Gary Trent in Clippers jerseys, and I feel like I've seen it before. I don't know.
You definitely on the jersey swap for some odd reason. You've definitely seen it.
Those are such Clippers players. It's crazy. Precious, 1,000%, bro, and Gary Trent.
I wanted Gary Trent Jr. since his Portland days. Since he was in Portland, I was like, but Josh Okogie. DJ, why don't you like him? Forehead. And then Bruce Brown. All these guys are.
That was such a guess.
What? You said Bruce Brown?
Big forehead is a guess. You said DJ doesn't like him, and I guessed I said what? He has a big forehead?
Bro, he's trying to wear this headband and trying to salvage that, but anyway.
He went bald, so.
Finally did.
Yeah. But all these guys are kind of similar in play styles, guys who are good defensively, who could shoot. I don't know, but Josh Okogie could shoot a little bit. Yeah, but most of these guys are guys that I know would be perfect fits for the Clippers, because I know how much Ty Lue likes, 3D wings, 3D guards, things of that nature. So, yeah, those are my guys on my list, and let's move on to our last guy, Demetrius.
Right. Yeah. No, so for me, my first dream target is obviously going to be Peyton Watson. I don't care if we're a rebuilding team. Everyone wants Peyton Watson. He's going to be the most coveted free agent this year. We'll see what, and there's some teams like that can overpay and give him money that who knows if the Nuggets can even match it. And we're one of those teams now. I don't know if we do it. I know our GM likes to be smart with this cap. But Payne Watson's just always going to be up there just because of what he can do. Obviously, I wouldn't give him 30 million just because I feel like his the sample size of what we've seen he can be was too small before he got injured. If it went for a little bit longer, then there's a world where I can see it being up to 30 million, but without it, no. My other guy's Tari Eason, who I talked about earlier. I would like him just as, he would have a more expanded role here in Charlotte. He would actually start instead of coming off the bench. Obviously, last year was a lot weirder with Houston as they ran him at the 2. I don't think he's a 2 at all. I think he is more of a 3 or a 4 than a 2. But yeah, he'll come and be a very good defender for us. Obviously, a nice 3-point shooter. He can offensive rebound a very good amount. So Tari Eason definitely be another dream target. As one of my other guys I would like is DeAnthony Melton. You guys heard Bobby talk about him. Just a nice little defensive. And now I just got a DeAnthony Melton notification, but
no way you did.
No, just him declining his option enters free agency. Yeah, so with DeAnthony Melton, I would like him because to me he would take up what Sion James has done. And to me, I like Sion James. I feel like he just needs some development as a guard. We kept trying to run Sion too much as the main ball handler, and I feel like that's something he can learn a little more from DeAnthony Melton. And obviously with the other guards on our roster. My other guy is Jet Howard, the former first-round pick out of Michigan. I threw him up there because I can see us taking a nice little swing on Jet Howard, who came in, being a shooter. And the Magic declined his option, so he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. So there's going to be, I think he's going to have a nice little market, just teams wanting to take a flyer on the former, I don't know, what pick did he go? Did he go?
He
went top 15.
12?
Is all I remember.
12?
Yeah, I think he went 12.
Jet Howard.
He went 11.
Let me look it up.
He went 11.
I knew it was around that range.
Because he went, before or after Casey Wallace? He went around the Casey Wallace range is what I remember.
Because Casey Wallace
actually, I have something about Casey Wallace. I just seen that he kind of requested a trade, basically, because he wants a big payday. But yeah, no, I would like Jet Howard. Just take a swing on him. Obviously, the efficiency hasn't been there. But, it could just be one of those guys that needs a change of scenery. You sign him on maybe a 1+1. If he's good, he can decline his option and go get more money. If he's bad, he picks it up and just gets more guaranteed money. And then I have Tobias Harris. Obviously, he would have been one of my bigger guys if we still had LaMelo here. But I would like Tobias, bring him in to be like a nice veteran voice there. Obviously, he has some playoff experience, something we don't have a lot of. And he'll just be a very good voice in the locker room, and he'll be one of those guys that would actually be a voice but actually plays at the same time. I'm like Pat Connaughton, Xavier Tillman when they were here. They were our vet voices, but they weren't playing at the same time. So having Tobias Harris would be different because he would actually contribute at the same time.
Xavier Tillman like the oldest Tyler Roll he is ever, bro.
The oldest 26-year-old ever.
The only, bro.
Dude, I thought it I have memories of Xavier Tillman playing with Marc Gasol. That's how old he is. That's how old I thought he was.
Yeah.
It's like fake memories.
My last guy for the graphic is Chris Middleton. He would be that first. This would be him coming home. But then he would be that vet that doesn't play much, but when he does play, he plays spot minutes for us. Won't ever start really, but just being a veteran presence. And then some other guys I have in here, obviously Dean Wade, I mentioned him earlier for us. Precious Achiuwa, you guys heard Bobby mention him. I don't know how much we need Precious now that we got Naz Reid and Hannes Steinbach, but you never know. Precious could run some small ball center. I threw Kevin Love in there just as another veteran presence in the locker room. He said he wants to return to Utah to be a vet. So that's why I said a team like us, we have a lot of young centers on our team. He could be a nice vet for them, especially because people said Hannes reminds them of a younger Kevin Love. And then I have Russ. If he wants to just be another vet in a locker room. I didn't know he took almost 9 threes a game last year with Sacramento. that's something he would do with us too. Because
He was making them.
Yeah, he was making them too. We kind of do need a backup point guard. Russell Westbrook would be one of the ones that I would like. He would teach our younger guards, quite a bit. So, yeah, those are my guys and my top guys.
Yeah, if Russell Westbrook becomes a Hornet, I'm a Hornet fan that year.
Bro, Russell's actually he's one of my bigger targets that I actually just added on like this morning because I thought about it. I was like, man, Russ would fit with us just as a nice little serviceable backup point guard for Christian
our
Anderson.
Our guard rotation's too good.
Yeah,
our guard rotation's too good for us to do a homecoming. Unfortunately, it'd be dope, but like, I don't see how possible that'd be.
Those were my free agents that I hope for the Hornets. Hopefully, we can get at least one of those guys. I just want one from my list.
That'll be fun.
All right, you got any news things to say?
Well, not really much, but we'll just go through a few of those deals that happened earlier that Shams reported. Like the Kristaps Porzingis, 2 years, 20. It's a 1+1, with a player option.
Equals 2.
Harrison Barnes, 1 year, $8 million to return. Kevin Huerter, that came out of nowhere. I don't know why they gave him that when you didn't even play him in the playoffs. You gave him $9 million a year. Yusuf Nurkic re-signed. Obviously, Lou Dort got his option picked up. Landry, Shamet. It was the day before free agency.
Shamet.
All these.
Sorry.
You good, fam?
Sorry.
You didn't hear Anthony. God Shamet. Instead of God damn it, he said God Shamet.
I don't know why I heard laundry Shamet.
I heard that's what I said yesterday.
Oh, chess.
He said laundry yesterday.
Oh, he
said laundry yesterday. Go ahead in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Gosh damn it.
Right,
Gosh damn it.
Gosh damn it.
91st episode of the podcast. Yeah.
The podcast.
Podcast, yes.
The podcast.
Boy, this is the Bobcast.
Yeah, we're not just.
We're not just any podcast.
We're the
That
podcast.
concludes the 91st episode.
Yo. That concludes the 91st episode.
Oh my goodness.
Just end it there. Just end it there.
That's a clip, bro. That's a clip.
That concludes the 91st episode.
Oh my god.
Bro was
be a
ready
YouTube
to end
short,
this
bro.
episode.
Wow.
That has to be a YouTube short.
Bro got happy.
Literally.
Bro said, the episode's done?
That concludes the 90.
Hi, I'm out.
That concludes the 91st.
Me out, bro. That concludes the 91st.
Bruh.
And then.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank us guys or thank them guys?
Thank you
You're
guys
welcome.
again.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I get the reference. Oh my
Thank you
god.
guys again.
And the app, bro. And the app, man.
Episode.
And the app. Woo!
Ooh, I'm gonna start.